Hi, this is Usha. Welcome to Rathod's IAS classes. Today in this lecture, we are going to see current affairs of 1st October 2021. So let's get started with our discussion. In this lecture, we are going to discuss 7 topics which are very much relevant to our UPSC point of view. So first, let us try to see a brief introduction regarding which are the topics we are going to discuss in this lecture. So first topic is about our LAC. So you need to know where is this LAC located. So if you see in our northernmost part of our India, so we are sharing boundary with Pakistan and China on one side. So wherever we are sharing boundary with Pakistan, so here we have line of control LOC. So LOC is present at India-Pakistan border. And if you see LAC, it is mainly present at India-China border. So across this India-China border, we are having this line of actual control. In short, it is called as LAC. You have to remember this basic difference. So why this LAC is in news? From last year 2020, April, May onwards, there is a military standoff that is seen across this LAC. So now one important chief of army, that is army general, he said one statement like, so regarding this LAC, when we want to go for complete dissolution or disengagement in this LAC, we need one agreement or one pact need to be signed. So this is a brief background regarding this first topic. So this is important regarding India-China relations. It will comes under our international relations. As you all know, international relations which comes under our GS paper 2. And next topic is about urban flooding. So one expert committee mainly focused on urban flooding. So it belongs to actually state of Telangana. But here we are going to understand what is this urban flooding and what are the main causes for this urban flooding and what is this expert committee mainly said. So here we can extract at least 2 to 3 points from this article and we can use whenever we are writing answer regarding urban flooding. So as you all know, in this monsoon season, so this urban flooding, it is highly in news. Not only this year, every year we can see this urban flooding is in news because of a sudden outburst, cloud burst in Mumbai, etc. So this topic is very relevant and I want to discuss this topic from a detail. So this will be important from our disaster management point of view, which comes under our GS paper 3. And next topic is about monsoon withdrawal. So IMD came up with one important statement. It said that there is extension of this monsoon withdrawal from our country. So actually by September 1st there will be the monsoon withdrawal. But I think before 4 days we studied about one article, right? Like there is delaying of monsoon withdrawal that is seen because of climate change and it extended till September 17. But today's newspaper mainly says that this year especially, so monsoon withdrawal which is further delayed, so it is by October 6th. So here we are going to understand what is monsoon withdrawal. So what will be the impacts of delay in monsoon withdrawal. And next one, it is about core sector. So this core sector, it is very important from our economy point of view. So this article now we are going to discuss, which mainly says about growth in our core sectors. And next one, it is about current account. So in our static syllabus of economy, we are having this capital account and current account. So this will be very, very important from our static syllabus. So this will be important from our economy, which comes under GS paper 3. Here we are going to discuss what is this BOP, balance of payment, and what is this current account deficit or current account surplus. And next one, it is about PM portion. So yesterday's article we said about introduction regarding this topic, and now one editorial which appeared in page number 6 regarding analysis of this topic. We are going to discuss that. And next topic, it is about sanitation, especially this topic which mainly says that how Madhya Pradesh become ODF free. Okay, so here this topic is very important from our governance point of view. So now let us try to discuss all these topics in a very great detail. If you see first topic, title says LAC incidents will go on till pact is signed. So here Chief of Army Staff General, he said that so incidents which are happening across this line of actual control, So this will continue until and unless India and China came up with an agreement or any pact. So till then we are having this agreement or pact. So till then we are going to see this incidents which will be happening across this line of actual control. So this will be important from international relations, which mainly comes under our GS paper 2. So now let us try to see context first. If you see context, it mainly says that, so if you see the development across this line of actual control, which is located in our eastern Ladakh, so it is mainly adding some important challenges for Government of India regarding the disputed boundaries, for example Western and Eastern Front. So if you are talking about India-China border, we are having dispute between China and India majorly at 3 sectors. First one is Eastern sector, second one is Central sector, and third one is Western sector. So Eastern sector we are having confrontation in Arunachal Pradesh. So Chinese mainly claiming entire Arunachal Pradesh. And in Central sector we are having dispute at Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. And Western sector, in this line of actual control, we are having disputes with China. So what happened recently when we go for developmental projects or infrastructure projects in this Western sector, for example the DBO road, etc. So because of this, that led to confrontation between India and China. That also led to Galwan Valley incident. So in this Galwan Valley incident, about 20 soldiers, they lost their life. So this is about context. So whenever until and unless we are going to sign any agreement or pact, so this type of issues will go on. So this is a thing which mainly said by our Chief of Army Staff General. So if you see further more details, it mainly says that according to this chief, he mainly said that, so this type of incident that will mainly continue across this LOC region till we come up with a long-term solution. So till we come up with a long-term solution like any boundary agreement or any pact which is signed between China and India. So till then we are going to have this type of incidents. And he also said that unprecedented developments which are very important from large scale resource mobilization and even orchestration of forces. That means, so we need large amount of resources mainly to maintain our borders, and we need proper coordination between the forces mainly for immediate response. And next one is, in this context he also said that they are well prepared to meet any misadventure, just incidents that may continue till such a time a long-term solution is reached, but they need to finally come up with a boundary agreement. So this is the thing which mainly said by this Army General. So if you're talking about some important challenges, so first one is we do not have a proper technology. When we are comparing with the technology of China and technology of India, technology of China is most advanced than compared to that of technology of India. So first one is we are having an outdated, or we can say old obsolete technology. We need to upgrade our technology. And the next one is we are also having a danger or a long drawn procurement process. If you want to go for buying of any helicopter or helipads or anything, so it need to get approval from this Defense Acquisition Council. Yesterday or day before yesterday we studied about DAC cleared for buying of helicopters, etc. right? So when you want to procure anything, it is a very long process and it need to get approval from this DAC, Defense Acquisition Council. And what happened, and we can also see there will be bureaucratic speed breakers. So because of all these things which mainly prevent from acquiring good cutting edge technology. So this is a thing which mainly said by our Chief Army General. And if you see what is the need, so we need infrastructure, and we need a good updated technology, and we need financial resources mainly to acquire that technology. So in this way we can also helpful to do our business easily. So this is about this topic, and now let us try to focus on some important facts regarding what is line of actual control. So if you see this line of actual control, which is nothing but simply I can say it is a demarcation line. So between whom? That is India and China. Between India and China, we are having this demarcation line. It is called as LAC, line of actual control. So LAC, which is very much different from this LOC with Pakistan. Okay, so you have to remember this thing. And now let us try to see the map of LAC where it is located. So if you see this map, here we have this India, here we have Pakistan, here we have China. Right, India, it is sharing boundary with Pakistan, China here and Afghanistan. But this region mainly comes under this Pak occupied Kashmir. So here, if you see on map we are sharing boundary with Afghanistan here, but in reality this area which mainly comes under this Pak occupied Kashmir. So we are not sharing a direct boundary here with Afghanistan because this area which mainly comes under this Pak occupied Kashmir. So this is the thing you need to remember. But if you see on map, we are sharing boundary with Afghanistan. So here, if you see here, this a line which is called as line of control, which is present between India and Pakistan. Here we have LAC, that is between India and China. Here we have this Daulat Beg Old DBO infrastructure. So because of this infrastructure development in this region, that led to confrontation between India and China. So this is about map and some important facts. Now let us try to move on to next topic. Title says increase in paved surfaces leading to urban flooding. So this article may be talking about urban flooding. So we need to understand what is the meaning of urban flooding. So first of all, let us try to see why it is in news. So as you all know, there is drainages. Okay, drainages pipes will be seen. So in this drainage pipe, whenever the plastic which is mainly clogging. So because of this plastic clogging in this drainage channel, it is an important cause for improper drainage facilities. So here many experts say that because of plastic clogging in drainages and even increasing of roads. So these are the two important causes that led to decrease in the percolation of water into ground, and that is leading to ultimately flash floods. So because of this is in news. And now let us try to see some important details. If you see details, it mainly says that one of the main reasons for urban flooding which has been, it is mainly due to increase in asphalted and concrete surfaces. So because of these concrete surfaces, for example, if you see there are many buildings, if you go to any urban areas, we can see most of the houses are mainly buildings. We are having apartments, and there is also increasing of concrete, that means you are using of cement, etc. And even if you see the roads, they are mainly made up of asphalt or even by cement roads. So because of all these things which mainly led to decrease in the percolation. For example, if you see if there is a ground, okay, for example, let us take this is a kacha road and this is cement road or asphalt road. So whenever rainfall is happening means in this cement road or this asphalt, there is no percolation of water. So because of this, whatever the rainfall that is happening, so the water will be present on the ground, on the road. But if you are taking the same circumstances on this kacha road, so some amount of water will be percolated into ground. So what happened, this report mainly says that whenever there is rainfall, due to increasing of this concrete surfaces and even roads, cement road, etc., that led to reduce in the percolation of water. So whenever there is reduced percolation, we can say runoff of water on the roads. So this is the first important thing that you need to remember. And next one is a researcher who is investigating in this climate change and flooding in the Hyderabad. He mainly says that about 75 to 80% of surface in the city which became impervious. So because of this increasing of this impervious surfaces, that is leading to increase in the runoff. That will lead to finally flash floods. And next important data here is Telangana had 2,696 kilometers of national highway, and now this national highway which mainly went up nearly 1,000 kilometers, nearly by 1,000 kilometers in 2019. So because of this increase in the roads, that is also leading to increase in the events of urban floods. And next one is there is also increase in the road density and even urbanization, plastic clogging in especially drainage pipelines and drainage channels. So they also plays an important role especially for urban flooding. So if you see some facts, it mainly says that urban flooding, it is nothing but an inundation of land in a constructed setting. So whenever in urban areas, because of any rainfall which is happening, that is leading to sudden urban flooding, okay, or we can say runoff water on surfaces that we can see, that is called as urban flooding. So if you are talking about what are the major causes, so this will be important from your mains. If you see the major causes, the first one is, so whenever we can see there is land use changes, for example surface searing due to urbanization, even deforestation. So this is also first important reason. And whenever there is increase in the runoff and as well as sedimentation, that will also leads to floods. And occupation of flood plain, thereby obstructing the flows, that is also one important reason. And next one is inefficiency or non-maintenance of infrastructure. This is also one important reason. And this one is too efficient drainage or upstream areas, they increase the flood. So these are some important causes of this urban flooding, and I hope it is clear. Now let us try to see next topic. Title says monsoon may withdraw from next week. So it is mainly talking about monsoon withdrawal. So actually we all know that, so this monsoon winds hit the coast of Kerala on June 1st. And later on by September 1st, the retreating monsoon, that means here monsoon withdrawal, that is seen here. But what happened due to impact of climate change and increasing of global warming, that led to delaying of monsoon withdrawal to September 17th. But now this article says that this year there is further delay in of this monsoon withdrawal, that mainly estimated from October 6th. So now let us try to see this topic in a very great detail. So this will be very much important from our disaster management point of view. So now let us try to see this topic in a very great detail. So if you see context, it mainly says that the monsoon likely to begin withdrawing from mainland of India from October 6th. So earlier it is September 1st and it increased to September 17th, and now it is October 6th. So this is the thing which mainly said by our India Meteorological Department. Our India Meteorological Department which mainly recorded that an average which is nearly 87 centimeters of rainfall, that is mainly seen. If you see some further more details, it mainly says that in September rainfall about 223 mm has been recorded, and it is the second highest since 1993. And since 1993 it is the second highest rainfall that is seen here. But if you are focusing on 2019, so India recorded nearly 250 centimeters, about 52% of more than rainfall. So in this context, India could very well ended up with deficit rainfall. So we can see there is a weakening of rainfall that began in the mid-July and lasted in the month of August. So because of this less rainfall in the month of August and as well as July, that led to rainfall deficit. So now let us try to see how can we say monsoon withdrawal is happening. So what is the criteria? So this criteria will be important for both prelims and as well as mains. And if you see criteria, it mainly says that monsoon is said to be withdraw from the region when it is mainly satisfying two important conditions. So first one is rainfall activity mainly ceases, that means stops over the area of 5 continuous days. So for 5 continuous days, whenever there is no rainfall, then we can consider it is a monsoon withdrawal. And even it need to develop anticyclone which mainly established over low troposphere and about 1.5 kilometers above the sea level, and also moisture content reduces. So when all these things are satisfied, we can say there is a monsoon withdrawal. And similar criteria which is also followed for the declaration of monsoon withdrawal from the country. So these are some important things. And now let us try to see what will be the impact. So impact that mainly seen in some states like Uttarakhand, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, East Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Odisha, etc. And it is very harmful for kharif crops. And this one is this rainfall which is not be good for even standing crops. Okay, so these are the impacts of this delay of withdrawal of monsoon. So this is just of this topic, and I hope it is clear. Now let us try to see next topic. Title says core sector grew 11.6% in August. So here as UPSC aspirants, you need to know which are the 8 things which mainly comes under this core sector. So you have to also analyze what are the reasons for growth in this core sector in the month of August. So let me know in comment box what is the opinion of yours regarding why there is a growth in this core sector. Now let us try to see context. So India's core sector output accelerated in second straight month. So if you are saying in July and in month of August, so we saw there is a growth in this core sector, and here in this month of August there is a growth of about 11.6% which recorded. If you see some details, it mainly says that so 4 out of 8 sectors which registered double digit growth, 2-digit growth, and out of this 8, fertilizer and crude oil, the output of this fertilizer and crude oil has been declined, and the output was also about 3.9% higher when we are comparing with that of this pre-COVID-19, that is 2019 August level. And if you see some details like cement production jumped 36% as compared to 14.5% contraction in August. Coal and natural gas also registered 20.6% of surge. Electricity and refinery products also expanded here. For example, electricity expanded by 15.3%, refinery by 9.1%, and steel growth also grew by 5.1%. So now let us try to focus on some facts regarding what are these core sector industries. So we are having 8 core sector industries. So I will give you one mnemonic, that is FERNS, 3 C's. F for fertilizer, E for electricity, R for refineries, that is refinery products, N for natural gas, S for steel, and 1 C for cement, coal and crude oil. So in this way you can easily remember this 8 core sector if you remember this mnemonic. And these 8 core sectors mainly comprise about 40.27% of weight of items which are mainly included in this IIP, Index of Industrial Production. And if you see the decreasing order, you have to remember this for sure. First one is refinery products, second one is electricity, third one is steel, fourth one is coal, fifth one is crude oil, sixth one is natural gas, seventh one is cement, and eighth one is fertilizer. You have to remember this decreasing order. And now let us try to see about this Index of Industrial Production. So this topic, it is very important from your prelims. So what is this index? IIP, which mainly stands for Index of Industrial Production. So what is this actually index? So this index mainly gives some details regarding growth of various sectors in economy. For example, minerals, mining, electricity and manufacturing, etc. And this is mainly published by CSO, Central Statistical Organization, which mainly comes under MOSP, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. And if you see base year, it is 2011 to 2012. This is about this topic, and now let us move on to next topic. Title says current account surplus slides to $6.5 billion in quarter 1. So if you see this year quarter 1 and last year quarter 1, so there was a highly difference in this current account surplus. So early in 2020 there was high current account surplus because we decreased inputs, right? So now let us try to see this topic. So this topic mainly says that India's current account balance, which saw a far lower surplus. Now we are seeing a lower surplus of $6.5 billion, which mainly accounts for 0.9% of our GDP. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said. And if you see earlier, it was about 19.1, it is about 3.7% of our GDP, and now it mainly decreased to 0.9% of our GDP. So here balance of payment registered that $8.1 billion deficit. Now we are here in this balance of payments also, we are seeing the deficit of $8.1 billion deficit. And the surplus in current account in quarter 1 of this financial year, which was primarily because of contraction in trade deficit. So we are seeing the trade deficit here. So because of this, now we are seeing the current account surplus which mainly decreased. And now let us try to understand what is this balance of payment. So balance of payment, it is nothing but it is like a statement. like all economic transactions of our country within a specific period of time. So this specific period is usually 1 year. So in this 1 year, how much of economic transaction we did and how much of amount of the things we purchased, like that. So it is nothing but balance sheet. It mainly indicates whether the country which has surplus or deficit of trade. So when exports exceed imports, so when we are exporting more compared to that of imports, we can see there will be surplus. And whenever imports are more, that means it will be deficit. So why we need to calculate this balance of payments? So this balance of payment mainly reveals financial and economic status of a country. So it mainly reveals financial and as well as economic status of a country. So even though this balance of payment, which is mainly used as indicator, so this mainly determines whether the country's currency value is appreciating or depreciating. So if we want to know country's currency value is appreciating or depreciating, so this balance of payment is very important. So there is this appreciation and as well as depreciation is a very important. As UPSC aspirant, you need to know. So let me know what is this appreciation, what is this depreciation. Whether you don't know about this concept, let me know in comment box. In tomorrow's lecture, we are going to discuss that because it is a very important. Now we can say like $1 is equal to 70 rupees, for example. And next within 2 or 3 days, we can say like $1 is equal to 72 rupees. So what is this? Whether it is appreciation or depreciation. So this is the concept that you need to remember. And if you're talking about what is this current account mainly measures the flow of goods and services, even investments into our country. Okay, so here this current account mainly includes trade of goods, services and as well as net earnings on overseas investment. So if you're talking about what is the formula mainly to calculate this current account, it is trade gap plus net current transfers, and we are adding net income from abroad. So what is this trade gap? Means exports minus imports. That means export minus imports plus whatever the current transfers that we are seeing, that is net current transfers plus net income from abroad. So if we add all this, we can get this current account. So now let us try to see next topic. It is about failing on food. So this article mainly talking about this PM portion. So we already discussed introduction regarding this topic, and let us directly move into this topic. So if you see if you see why it is in news. So recently our Prime Minister and even a Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, they approved this PM portion scheme that will be until 2025 to 26. So the approval of this PM portion scheme by Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs until 2025 to 26, which mainly comes at a critical time when the real income declines and economic impact of this COVID-19 pandemic has affected the ability of families to ensure good nutrition. So due to this COVID-19 pandemic, many households, for example, let us take poor households and as well as middle income groups, they are not affording much mainly to maintain their proper nutrition, proper diet. So whenever we are coming up with this type of schemes like PM portion, that is between 2025 to 2026, which will be very much helpful to maintain nutrition in children especially. So if you see why we need to come up with this type of schemes, if you see National Family Health Survey 5, which mainly says that there is prevalence of anemia that is seen especially in children and women, and there is also wasting, which is one of the serious concerns in 12 states. And we also say there is a serious effort to address hidden crisis, that is hidden hunger. So for this we need to have a government support. So even though during this COVID-19 period, so schools have been shut down, these schools, they used to provide some nutritional food, that is cooked hot meals for the children. But due to this COVID-19 pandemic, schools have been shut down. There is no proper focusing on this midday meals as well. So because of this, it is having further some negative impact on children's health. So this scheme mainly proposed to be extended to pre-primary children, which mainly provides for social audit, even creation of school nutrition garden, etc. And here if you are focusing on challenges of this PM portion, so one important challenge I can say here is meeting nutrition targets. So as per our Global Nutrition Report 2020, India it is among 88 countries which are likely to miss this target of global nutrition by 2025. So this is the one important challenge, and we are seeing there is a serious hunger level. So if you are talking about this global hunger index, India's ranking it is about 94 out of 107. So we are in a serious hunger category. And this one is we are also having a menace of nutrition. According to National Family Health Survey 5, which mainly says that in many children there is worsening of condition of this malnutrition that is leading to stunting and as well as wasting. And India is home to about 30% of world stunted children and nearly 50% of severely wasted children under the age of 5 years. And if you see in this government, we are seeing mainly corrupt practices and caste bias, even discrimination in serving food. So these are some important challenges that we need to overcome. So this is gist of this topic. And now let us try to see next topic. It is about a state, a clean sweep and art of sanitation. So this article mainly talking about Swachh Bharat Abhiyan actually. So nowadays, if you want to improve health like malnutrition, to come out of this malnutrition, we need to also focus on sanitation. Why sanitation? So even though if you are taking nutritious food, but if your surroundings are not clean, means that will lead to transmission of some diseases because of contaminated food or contaminated water, because of flies, etc. So because of this, whenever we are keeping our surroundings clean and we are taking a nutritious diet, mean that will be helpful mainly to come out of this malnutrition problem. So even open defecation is one of the important challenges that we are facing in India. Mainly to come out of that challenge, to overcome that challenge, our government came up with Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, right? So now let us try to see the success story of Madhya Pradesh. And you can use this article as a case study whenever you are writing your essay or answer regarding this sanitation. So central theme mainly says that the citizen of Madhya Pradesh and state machinery, they have enabled a transformation down to grassroots. So what is the success story and how they become success to achieve this open defecation free state? And if you are talking about some introduction, so it was on October 2nd, 2014, our Prime Minister launched a national-wide cleanliness campaign on occasion of our Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary, that is Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan mainly focusing to tackle open defecation. That open defecation that we need to address this challenge by mainly behavioral change. So behavioral change is one of the important thing that we need to focus. And now we come up with this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or Clean India mission. So this mission mainly aims to provide every family with sanitation facilities, for example to build toilets and to focus on solid and as well as liquid waste disposal systems, etc. So what happened here, whenever this scheme came into picture, actually now Madhya Pradesh. So now Madhya Pradesh is a state which is 100% open defecation free by 2019. So earlier there was unclean environments. What happened? The people, they used to think like they need to clean only their homes and they will not bother about how their outside, how their surroundings is. So people mainly think like, so maintenance of clean or sanitation outside their homes or in the community, which is mainly the duty of government. So mainly they focused on this thing and they mainly came with many awareness programs to achieve this target. So earlier there was unclean environments and governments made many things or attempts to keep their homes clean, and nobody takes the responsibility when it comes to the collective, that is community as a whole. So here mainly to address this, they came up with construction of toilets, community toilets, and even they guarantee the provision of piped water supply. So even though if government is providing some incentives to construct the toilets, if there is no piped water, means how can they use these toilets, right? Again they will go outside. So because of this, they also ensure there will be the supply of piped water supply, and they will also levy fines to offenders to ensure that goals was achieved. And in this context, government of this Madhya Pradesh came up with a multi-pronged strategy. They came up with the construction of toilets implementing of tough regulatory steps including levying fines, open defecation, and even encouraging some behavioral changes through innovation. And in this behavioral change, they focus on both communication based and even engineering solution. So this is a thing, this is one keyword that you can use in your mains answer. So in this way, this approach mainly guaranteed sustained change in the behavior of the people and that has some long impact on their lives. So this is a success story of Madhya Pradesh. So this is the gist of this topic. I hope it is clear. And now on this platform, I want to make a small announcement. If you want to clear UPSC 2022, we came up with one excellent, highly beneficial as well as highly economical course, that is Current Affairs Package along with mains answer writing practice. So how this course will be useful? So one thing here you need to remember here is, before entering into examination hall, you need to know at least 1.5 years current affairs. And this is right time to join this course to cover this 1.5 years current affairs. And next one is, we are also focusing on mains answer writing practice. So how this course will be useful? So actually after prelims, you will be having just 3 months of time to enter into your mains examination hall. So in these 3 months, you need to do a lot with your GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 optional. So you will be not getting much time to focus on your answer writing practice. So if you join this course, you are going to practice more than 300 questions and more than 50 essays. So in this way, this course which is mainly helpful to improve your answer writing skills. And if you join this course, we also conduct prelims test on every Sunday and we provide you video explanation part. So in this way, this course which is designed as per demand of UPSC. So finally, I want to say one thing, please don't take this course as a choice. Try to join this course. Detail is given in description box. And if you want to talk to me directly, you can call to this number 8074765513. Okay. And one more thing is, so this course registration is going to be ended by October 1st week. So please, if you want to join this, please be hurry. So by this, we are concluding today, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like, share and comment my videos. Thank you so much.